Hi, and welcome back to Arno TV. I'm your lovable host Arno, coming back to you with another video. Now, we're going to continue straight on from yesterday, because we saw yesterday what a total utter disgrace of our government have done in terms of they've given legal indemnity, legal protection to Pfizer and any of the other drug companies out there, that no one is going to be allowed to sue them for any problems to do with the vaccine. Now, if that's not bad enough, okay, if this is not bad enough, I've just listened to, I sometimes listen, you know, obviously I listen to lots of stuff on the internet, and one of the shows that I sometimes listen to is the Richie Allen show. Now, on Wednesday of this week, so the 2nd of December, I'm just listening to a show from this week, okay? And in this show, a lady called Amanda calls in, and I'm going to play you the call. Now, what Amanda explains is she's found a European tender, because obviously at the moment we're still in the EU, okay? Now, when a government or a council or anything has a tender that they have to buy, it has to be submitted European-wide, okay? European-wide, okay? And the government have put up a tender, okay, for an AI software tool to cope with the amount of ADRs, adverse drug reactions, to the COVID-19 vaccine, so they can keep a track of those reactions, because they're going to be on such a huge scale, okay? This is what our government is doing behind our back. So all the time, they're telling you that the vaccine's safe, it's been tested, you need to take the vaccine, you need to take the vaccine, and pushing all these private companies to say things like, no jab, no entry, you're not getting on the plane if you don't get a vaccine, you can't get in the pub if you've not had a vaccine, you can't go to the concert that you want to go to if you can't have the vaccine. Take the vaccine, it's fine. And all the time, they've been putting out, and as far as I understand it from this call, this tender might have been granted, but all the time they've been putting in preparations behind the scene for the huge amounts of adverse drug reactions they're expecting to this vaccine. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to that show that I was listening to, the Richie Allen show, and I'm going to play you that call, okay? And then we're going to talk about it. And guess what, people? That tender that Amanda's talking about, I found it, okay? And I'm going to leave the link in the description so you can read it for yourself, okay? It's not a conspiracy theory. I'm not making it up. It's in black and white. So first of all, we're going to go over to YouTube, and I'm going to show you that call that Amanda called in on. So just bear with me a minute while I get it set up. So just bear with me 1 second, and then I'm going to turn the music down, okay? So this is the Richie Allen show. So let me just find the right point. It's around 1 minute 12. So it's around there, okay? I'm now going to turn the music down, and we're going to listen to this call, and then we're going to talk about it, okay? Then we're going to talk about it.
Voters coming to see you. Who's got the right to do that? And yet they're doing it, and they're doing it all the time, you know? I don't know. Right. I think we might have, that's kind of got me there. I think we might have Amanda on the line from Northumbria, who was in touch with me earlier on, and she was going to be the first one on the programme, but we couldn't connect. Amanda, are you there?
I am.
Oh, thank God for that. I said you...
My apologies for earlier.
Well, do you know, it was a bit of a fix, wasn't it? Because I say to the listeners, ring in. But you'd posted something hugely interesting on social media earlier on, and I said to you, sure, come on and tell me, and I'll give you a phone call, make you the first caller. But I would have been phoning you, which is not ordinarily the way it works, but thankfully we've connected anyway. Thanks for being there. And you want to talk about something that very few people know about, but it is true, and that is the government and the National Health Service is making provisions for a lot of people to have adverse effects from these new vaccines. Tell us more about this, Amanda.
Yeah, well, that is very true. I was looking on a procurement website, and I found that documents that show that the MHRA were wishing to procure an AI software tool. And this tool, what they wanted was this tool to handle the expected large amounts of ADRs, or adverse drug reactions, that they were going to get from the COVID-19 vaccine. The document went on to say that they felt that they couldn't retrofit their legacy system that they had in place at the moment to handle the volume of the ADRs that they will be generated by the COVID-19 vaccine.
That's spooky, that, isn't it? Well, it's,
I know.
Putting it mildly to say it's spooky. They're telling us on the one hand, don't worry a bit about the fact that it's been rolled out in a few months. Don't worry a jot about it. It's all hunky-dory. And I won't say secretly, but they're certainly not doing it. They're certainly not doing it in the public glare. Behind the scenes, they're saying, hey, guys, be prepared for a big volume of people who will be badly affected by the vaccine. I mean, that's dreadful, Amanda.
I know. I couldn't believe it, because I listened to a gentleman called Del Bigtree on the High Wire. I don't know if you've
I know Del.
Yeah,
he had a lot to do with Vaxxed. He produced it, didn't he? Directed it, maybe. The movie Vaxxed,
yeah, amazing guy. So I listened to him quite a lot, and he said on the show that his team had found this document, and then I thought, right, okay, I'm going to try and hunt for this. So it's taken me 3 weeks, but I finally found it. So that's why I sent it to you this morning, because I knew you'd be very interested.
Yeah. Oh, it's stunning stuff, Amanda, really. On the day that they're telling people, listen, don't worry about it. It's all hunky-dory. We've, one of the doctors who spoke on BBC Radio 5 Live today said, look, we're not really worried about adverse side effects. We know that anybody who does have side effects will have them within the first 30 minutes, and it's likely to be a bit of pain or a bit of nausea. That's a stone-cold lie. Rubbish. Yeah.
Yeah, utter rubbish. I mean, there's just a lack of transparency, isn't there, with the whole sort of vaccine agenda. I did also read that the human medicines regulations of 2012 have been amended. Have you seen that?
No, tell me.
Right. I sort of noticed as well that they've changed the human medicine regulations, and they've added extra people onto it. So they've changed the qualified persons who can actually administer.
Excuse me, yes, yeah. I do know. This is scandalous. Yeah, they've even talked about Boy Scouts giving it, haven't they? That's not a joke. Oh my God.
I know, can you believe it? Honestly. It looks as if also this is going to be an unlicensed product, an unlicensed vaccine. So they've got a temporary license in place until they can finally do the full license. It's the first time, from what I understand, that we've ever done this in the UK at all.
Unbelievable. Hey, listen, let's remind people why Amanda came on.
So, people, I think that sort of says what you need to know in that call. Now, Amanda said it took her, 3 weeks to find it? Well, I found it, people. Okay, I found it. So, what we're going to do is, this is the website that it's on, TED, Tenders Electronic Daily. This is a website that European governments, councils all over Europe have to submit tenders to for whatever they're looking for. And the tender you're looking for is number 506-291-2020. 506-291-2020. And let's just have a look at it. Okay, so here it is. Okay, here is the tender. The official name, MRH Buyer Organisation, so it's for the MRH, okay? And let's have a look at what this short description here of the tender is. The MHRH, should I say, urgently seeks an artificial intelligence AI software tool to process the expected high volume of COVID-19 vaccine adverse drug reactions and ensure that no details from the ADRs, the adverse drug reactions, text are missed. So they want to make sure they track all these adverse drug reactions. Now, I'm not going to obviously read through this whole tender. I'm going to just read some, parts of it so you get the idea. Section 4, procedure, okay, type of procedure. Award of contract without prior publication of call for competition in the Office Journal of the European Union in cases listed below. The procurement falls outside the scope of application of the directive. An explanation. For reasons of extreme urgency, Regulation 32 in brackets 2 in brackets C related to the release of a COVID-19 vaccine, MHRA have accelerated the sourcing and implementation of a vaccine-specific AI tool. Strictly necessary, it's not possible to retrofit the MHRA's legacy systems to handle the volume of ADRs, adverse drug reactions, that will be generated by a COVID-19 vaccine. Therefore, the MHRA does not implement the AI tool. It will be unable to process these ADRs, adverse drug reactions, effectively. This will hinder its ability to rapidly identify any potential safety issues with the COVID-19 vaccine and represents a direct threat to patient life and public health. Reasons of extreme urgency. The MHRA recognises that its planned procurement process for Safety Connect program, including the AI tool, will not have concluded by vaccine launch, leading to an inability to effectively monitor adverse reactions to the COVID-19 vaccine. Now, this is what's going on. This is what our pathetic, treacherous excuse of a government is hiding from you, okay? They are telling us all of us, take the vaccine. You must take the vaccine. It's been tested. It's safe. At the same time, they've given Pfizer and the like legal protection from anybody suing them in case anything happens. And all the time, behind the scenes, they've been making preparations for the volume of adverse drug reactions that they're expecting. And not only that, their legacy systems that they have in place can't cope with the amount of adverse drug reactions that they're expecting, and they need a new AI software to be created to handle that. And guess what they're spending on it? Okay, total value of the procurement, excluding VAT, £500,000, excluding VAT. £500,000 they're spending on this. Okay, so people, are you do you feel safe? You know, what did Johnny Rotten once say? You ever get the feeling you're being cheated? Yeah? This is what our disgusting, treacherous government is up to. And I tell you something else I've noticed. I've tried to record this episode of Arno TV tonight, and all of a sudden I've started getting strange noises in my cans. You know, ain't that strange? The sound's suddenly going funny when I'm exposing this. This is what Arno TV is here for, because you're not going to see this on Sky or the BBC or in any of the mainstream papers. They're not going to tell you this, but this is in black and white. It's a European tender, so I'm not making it up. It's not a conspiracy theory. All the links are going to be in the description. And you know what else I've found out as well? Because I didn't want to play you the whole call because it does go on quite a while. For anybody that wants to listen to Amanda's full call, it starts around 1 hour 12 in the link I'm going to leave in the description. And she goes on to say who's actually been awarded this tender for 500 grand. Okay? Well, it's this company, a company called Genpact. And I'm going to leave the link in the description to their website so you can go see what they're about, you know, and all the things that they're involved in. And they're getting paid 500 grand. 500 grand for this, okay? So there you go. This is what's going on, people. This is what's going on, okay? This is what's going on. Now, are you happy with this, okay? That you've got a government that is not only going to give legal protection to the drug companies that are administering the vaccine that they're telling you that it's safe, okay? Not only that, all the time behind the scenes, they've been preparing for the amount of ADRs they're going to get, adverse drug reactions. They're spending £500,000 excluding VAT with Genpact for this AI tool that they already know that they don't have it in place by the time of the launch of the vaccine. This is what's going on, people. This is what's going on. This is an utter disgrace that this treacherous, pathetic excuse for a government is doing this, okay? This should show you, if you've been asleep and you wanted waking up, this is how much our government give a shit about you, me, or anyone that's not them and their friends that they're dishing out contracts to. You know, £500,000 here, £1,000,000 there. This is what these people are about, and this is what's going on, okay? So what do you think about that? Again, leave some comments, please leave some comments on this, and you tell me what you think about this, because this is a disgrace. This is what's going on, people. People need to start waking up. Are you starting to get the picture now? Why I'm telling everybody to please start asking more questions about what the hell is going on, because this is just unbelievable. That this is where we're at, people. This is where we're at. This is a level of respect our government show the British public. As I said yesterday, as far as I'm concerned, with stuff like this going on, they are effectively declaring war on their own people. This is just unbelievable. Unbelievable about the total disregard for our health and safety. This is what's going on, people, okay? This is what's going on. And if you're happy with it, there's no hope for you. Forget about that. Anyone who's happy with this, I'm not interested, okay? Not interested with you. If you're happy with things like this, you know, I mean, what on earth is it going to take, people, for people to start waking up and start saying, we are not having this, okay? And, you know, it's hard. Honestly, I don't mean to come across sometimes like I'm ranting and raving, but it's hard not to get upset about stuff like this. Because if you can't get upset about what on earth is going on here, then what can you get upset about, okay? Our government is lying to us. Lying to us. And, you know, I've said all the way through this, haven't I, that our politicians need to be made to answer some serious questions about what's going on. Well, if this doesn't show you, people, that they should be dragged into Parliament and made to answer some questions, you know? Why should they not answer questions on this? You know? Awarding £500,000 for this, okay? This is what's going on, okay? And this is what Arno TV is here and is all about, to bring you good people out there this kind of information, because they're not going to tell you, okay? They're not going to tell you. You're not going to see this in the papers or anything like that, because, you know, they're all in it. We know their little crew is, they're all in it together, most of them. You know, it's disgraceful what's going on now. And, you know, what kind of world are we now living in when people think that they should be accepting this kind of thing? I mean, you know, it's just unbelievable, people. Unbelievable. So, I mean, if you've enjoyed this video, guys, and you want to see more, then please like and subscribe to the channel. Once you do, guys, please ring the notification bell so I can notify you of all the forthcoming videos that I'm going to put out. And as I've said previously, there's no way I am staying silent with this kind of stuff going on. So there's going to be a lot more coming, guys, a lot more coming. So thank you, everybody, as well. I notice all the new subscribers coming in, and thank you so much for your support and helping you know, me grow this channel, because it's something that I really want to do. So please, you know, if you can share it with people, I'd really appreciate it. I'm also on BitChute as well. I've replicated this whole channel on BitChute, so please, if you've got time, follow me there as well. I'm going to be back soon, guys, with some more videos for you. But as I always say, and I mean this, guys, from the bottom of my heart, please look after your family and friends. Please make sure they're all right. You know, check in on people, give them a call, drop them a text. Just make sure that people are all right, because, you know, as I've said, people's mental health is going absolutely, it's taking a battering. Mine's taking a battering with all this kind of stuff going on. You know, I mean, it's just nuts. Okay, so I'll be back soon with some more videos for you guys, but until I am, you take care, stay rock and roll, and I'm going to be back with you soon.